What is going on, people? This is going to be a tutorial for people that want to know how to make a banner. I'm making a banner for my second page, like the afterthoughts and all the, all the other stuff besides the music and stuff like that. If anybody wants to look in, if you have any questions on Gimp, I'm using Gimp right now. Same thing as Adobe, pretty much, but this is Gimp. So if you have questions, focus them towards Gimp because I'm not using Adobe right now. So I'd kind of be like, they're pretty much the same, but this is Gimp. All right. What I'm going to do is first things first. Right over here, the first thing I like to do, put my mouse right over the layers button. Just hit like enter a few times, right? Hit one, get one layer going. Then just keep hitting enter a couple times, get yourself a few layers going. I don't know, it's up to you. That's what I do. I get a couple layers going. We don't really need that right now. As you can see in the side over here with the layers, it's I've already got images saved to make this easier on everybody. First things first, boom. Make sure you're on background, right? This thing, you want to center your images, right? You want to center where your shit's going to be, where everything's going to be. Boom, go to guides, new guide up here. You should see that pop open. Boom, horizontal. And then do it one more time. They should have a fast key for this, but they don't. No, not F1. All right, so then do this again. Boom, vertical, 50. Boom. So now you know where the center is. That's pretty much the YouTube layout. 2560, 1440. If you do that right, this should be around, if you keep your stuff in this area where my hand is right now, I'll draw a little line of the place you want to kind of keep your stuff in this. I mean, you could go all the way over here and stuff, but this black area between these corners would probably be where you want to keep the gist of your page, simply for the fact that it'll be centered in your YouTube. So always think of that as, try to remember that, because that always helps. Alright, so let's get rid of this little looks like a piece of shit or something. Anyway, let's get rid of a piece of dookie. Let's move on. First thing I'm gonna do, I don't know, it's a basic page. I kinda like that basic. You don't have to get crazy with it. It could be subtle, something very simple. So right off the bat I go like this, boom, and I put this, actually right off the bat I should have, hold up, right off the bat I go like this. Yeah, right, whatever the hell you want to put in there. So my shit's gonna be called the afterthoughts. So alright, I know it's all scrunched together, but Control A highlights that. Go up to there, highlight that. I'm going to use that font, Impact, because it's huge, and what I want to do is it works perfect for it. So I figure get it about there. Put my spaces in. Probably not going to be like that. Probably going to want to put a space there and a space there. Yeah, that looks just about right. What color do I want this? Alright, I'm going to keep it black for now so I can find out my bearings here and find out where I'm going. So what I'm going to do right here, you see this tool right there? Click that. When you see the hand, see how that the pointer's got a hand? When it don't have the hand, that means you're on your text. If you don't, you're going to start pulling this shit all over the place. If you start pulling things in weird directions, just hit Control Z. It'll bring it like, watch here, look. Oh, I don't want it there. I made a mistake. I don't want it there. Control Z. See, it brings it back to where you need it. Control Z. That's what that does. Alright, see now as I'm moving it, you can see where my pointer is. There's that X is right there, that white one. Not the one over my pointer, the one that's on the font itself. Snap, right to the middle, right? So now you're figuring, we'll look at this about here, that big, 50%. 100% is going to be like this. Boom! But that's what I want. That's what I like. I'm going for that effect. Subtle. Not going to go crazy. I have other pages that I have it all. But subtle. Actually, I think on my other page I got it subtle too. So now, what I'm going to want to do is on the After Effects, see the afterthought thing here. I, myself, go down to this, right? You click it. You're going to want to make a border on it. But I know it's black, and you're going to like, yo, you're going to make a black border. I can't see it against this white border, so what I'm going to do first is right-click, alpha to selection. See, it got weird right there. Go to layer. You're going to want to put it on a different layer. Now, this has to be when your final, where your stuff's going to be, because if you put the afterthought text and then you put the layer and then you go to move it someplace else, you're going to have to move the whole shadow, which is a pain in the ass. It's not really a pain in the ass, but why do it? You could just go right to the font itself. You could just do right here, alpha to selection, pretend you don't put a layer, and you could put it right to the actual words itself, but for some reason that kind of looks tacky. And if you try it, you'll notice the difference. Do both of them, and you'll notice the difference why I put in a complete separate layer. Alright, so here's what I do. I got my stuff highlighted, right? Alpha selection, boom. Went to my next thing. Go to my second layer. I'm going like this now. Now I'm going to the top up here. See where it is all up here? View, select, right? Select. Grow, because there's going to be the border. I'm going to grow this about, well, you know what? This is big, so I'm going to grow it about 5. It's going to look, see, there you go. Now it opened up, right? So now make sure you're on this layer in this right side. See, it's gray, it's highlighted. Make sure you're in that. When you're in that, otherwise you're going to put it on top of your next layer. It's going to look stupid. It's going to look retarded as soon as I do this now, but you'll see in a second. Okay, so now here's my layer, right? That's my border. Now you're like, what just happened? I told you, I couldn't see the white on the white. Now I go back up to my text right here. Get my text tool again. I double click it. Boom. See, look. Boom. Clicks that. Opens this back up. Control Alt. Now, boom shalaka. I actually don't like how big that. I mean, right off the bat, as I see it, I don't like how big that. No. Okay. See? There we go. Control Z coming into effect. Boom. Don't like that. Boom. Don't like that. Okay. Boom. Take it back to that. Again, layer, right? We're on the layer. You got to do this a few times. I don't like the layers too big. I mean the background, the border of the text too big, because then it looks kind of like it did. I'm going to do 3 here. Alright, we're going to do 3. 3 is going to be good enough. Alright, still on the layer. Fill it in. Backwards double click. Control Alt. Control Alt. Control Alt. Control A highlights everything. This is pretty basic. If you have a computer and you know how to put a computer on, you don't know how to highlight things, you should probably not. That's the true deal here. If you don't know how to do that already, highlight things, and you're already on a computer, then you need to get off. Alright. There we go. That's a little better. It doesn't look so bad at this point. That's 200. That's 100. See, it kind of gives it a different, sharper effect. Certain edges are thicker than others. Okay, so now we're done with that. That image is done. Now I hate the way that stays highlighted. Just grab your box up here and just click any place. Make sure it's on the border. Right there. Perfect. It's on your background. Alright, next thing. This is the fun part. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to take another layer, and that's going to be up here. I'm not even going to need these layers, but see this layer 1 here? That's going to be everything on top of here. Alright, that's going to be this mixture of this image. Let's see if you could see it. That's going to be this image, because I like girls with guns and big boobies, and show cartoons. That was kind of creepy. Anyway, so I'm gonna shrink her down, and I'm gonna get her into these letters right here. I'm just gonna put her. I'm gonna put something here, maybe through UGHT, you know, and then the first part. Nothing too much, or maybe do it from the center going outwards. That's what we'll do. We'll work from the center going out. So first thing I want to do is we'll put her back up. She's a little too big. I want to get her gun inside the picture too. You know what I'm saying? I want to kind of like fit her down to the scale of almost the letters. So what I'm going to do is make sure she's clicked. She's highlighted here, right? Clicked her once. Shift T. It's going to bring that up. We don't do that. We're raw dog. We're just like, yo, bro, we don't do that mathematical shit stuff. We don't do mathematicals. Forget the math. We're going to just do it like this. So now you figure it's around here. I mean, you know, it doesn't take a, you don't have to be a, you know, Einstein over here to figure out that, my text is somewhere over here, so if she's this big, it's going to be looking funny. So we just want to get a little bit of her, a little bit of the gun. We might have to actually do it down a little bit more, but hit scale, boop, brings it small, but it's almost perfect. I could do it one more time. I'll do it again. If you want to do that, Shift T. Oh my goodness. It's like transform. Alright, that looks about right. We get her gun, a little bit of her face in there. Scale. Alright, now, here's the fun part. I like the way it looks at the end. You could do this a couple of different ways. I have done this a couple different ways, but I don't know. I favor it. It just all how I'm feeling. Today, I'm feeling this. This is how we're going to do this. Go to Afterthoughts, right? Because this is her, right? This is going to be her. You're going to bring your layer underneath, right? Because this is the layer that's going to be this for your text. So what you're going to do now, I only want certain letters, right? So I'm going to grab my magical wand tool, grab my wand, and then I'm going to go like this. Hold select when you do this. And pick like, bring up from both letters, go from here to here. One more. And just keep selecting the insides of the letters, right? See how that's all selected? Now, let go of select, go back to your grab tool, place her in. You should see about around about where she is going to fit in your letters now. So I think like that should be kind of, you know what, I'm going to just have a pistol. I'm just going to make her holding a pistol with her titties in there, because that's hot and nobody wants to see her face. Like, yo, bro, I want to see cartoon titties. Alright, so that's how that's going to go. We'll do it like that. It's going to look weird too, because you'll see what happens. Alright, so now you go back to your layer that's going to be on top, not her. You go back to her layer, right? The one that she is. See, this is her. Boom, gone, boom, back, boom, gone, boom, back. Okay. You're going to hit Control X. That's going to take out your letters. Then you could delete her, because we don't, you don't have to delete her. You could just put it to the side if you want. You could bring it back down to the bottom if you want to snip more of it. You know, who knows? Go to your first layer. It's still highlighted. That's going to be a layer that's going to be on top. Go like that. I should have went into the letters. I didn't highlight the right spot. Usually I'll go into the letters, but if not, no big deal. Just click it, see where it is. That's this layer. You want to move it over, you have to touch it first before you start hitting your arrows. Then just go like that with your arrow. Left arrow, you could drag it, but then it comes off the top. Then you got to start fixing it just like that. Where is that? Oh, hey, wrong T. Can I have a T to the right, please? I was like, what just happened? What is this magic that happened just then? See, kind of gives it a little color to it. So now we're gonna go like this. Now you know what? I am gonna use another layer. All right, that's what we got so far. Looking, it's not too bad. Now, like I said, you could do it two different ways. You could have made a space here. You could go to afterthoughts, right? You could do that alpha selection again. You could go back to that selection. You could shrink it if you want. So you shrink it like 3. It'll give you a little bit of white, so you have like a white border on top of the image and then a black border, but I kind of like it like this. So I'm going to leave it like this next to her. If you want to see how that's done and you didn't, just rewind and just go back to the, when I get to this part, hit shrink instead of grow, and it'll just bring it in. It'll make an inside. It'll fill the inside. Alright, so now I said get rid of her, but which I don't want to. So now I'm going to go like this. Now I'm going to get back to my text here. I'm going to get my box on the screen so I can get rid of this, right? I do want that again. I would just want to make sure that I have this selected, because this is what I'm trying to do. Go back to my magic wand. I like thing wand. And for this last little part here, we'll go like this. We'll go F, T, E, the little bit of R. She'll get the whole R on that one, because it's going to be the next layer up we're going to do this on. So after you pick what the next one's going to be, it's going to favor more to the left. I'm going to go to one more layer, because that's going to come on top of this layer. But I only want it to go on top of the R. I don't want this little weird thingy there. So I'm going to open her back up. You know why? Because then you get to stay within the theme of it. You know what I'm saying? It kind of, it opens back the theme. It keeps that same color scheme going in your letters, so you don't have to try to match anything. So you're like, whoa, she's back. She has the though through her, but that don't matter. We don't need that. Let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna go back to her. Where was she? She's pasted layer. Is that her? Yes. Okay. Gonna get off her for a second. I'm gonna get off my letters for a second. Make sure I'm on her. I'm gonna hit Shift again, T, because the though kind of came out a little bit too much. Just gonna take her face, make it big enough so that I could get her face over the letters. You see, like she's kind of, the though is underneath where the letters would be, so it's not gonna cut her out. I'm gonna bring her, make her a little bigger again. Bring her back to normal size almost. Not really, but see what I'm saying? So now she's bigger. Now I'm gonna go back like this. Hide her real quick. Go back to afterthoughts. Get the wand again. F, T, E, R. It's not going to be layer 1 because that's the first one. It's going to be layer 2. Right? So you're going to cut her out a layer on her layer. Right here. You're going to bring her back. Line her up where you need it. So you're figuring that's where it ends. R. You're going to want her face to come in someplace over here. Keep that gun going. And it's going to stay like that. It's going to look something like that. And you can maybe even get that second pistol onto one of these letters. See, kind of get that pistol with her face, and if you move it over a little, no, you want to keep it that way. You get a little bit of that next pistol, a cigarette, a hair. Alright, so now you're on her again. Control X. That's done. Now we'll just get rid of her because we don't, she's worthless now. She's completely a whore. Just put too many holes in her. Anyway, we're going to go to layer 2 because we don't want layer 1. That's our first layer. Let's see if it'll drop in. There we go. It dropped in the letter and perfect. So now you still got a little bit of that. Continues on to that. So you figure if you're going to keep that theme going, you get that. You keep her little image. Now, wait, go back 1 second. Control Z. See? I mess up a lot. Getting a little ahead of myself. Usually I don't do this talking, so I got to talk and do it at the same time. See when it comes up here like this? Float selection page. Do that. Hit. Make another layer on top of it right there. Boom. See? It'll bring it to its own layer. Because then if you ever want to change just her or whatever that is, see? Now she's on top of everything. But if you want to change just her and put maybe something in those letters, all you got to do is now grab this. Hold the alpha selection. See? And it's those letters. And then go get another image. Crop it out. Put it back in there. Boom. Pretty simple. Pretty simple stuff for the first little tutorial. Now, I know you're probably like, yo, that's kind of, yeah, no, it's kind of plain right there. Looks like my hip-hop page, the one with the beats on it. But I'm going to keep it like this for now. Because considering I haven't changed in a while, it'll look different. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to do this while I'm at it. Keep it nice and small, hopefully. And then I'll just write in my website or whatever, you know, I'll just write in my, I'm doing this with one hand, so forgive me, because I can't really. Alright, let's see, what are we at here? Oh, too many O's or 0. Alright. I don't care. I know it's all lowercase. Doesn't matter. Doesn't. Oh, it's all uppercase. Yeah, it's all screaming. It's like, rah! Again, I'm gonna do the Control Alt first. I mean Control. Okay, I always say that. Control A. First, you want to grab it. Remember, line it up to its little point in the middle. I'm gonna keep it like that. Cause it's all capitals. All capitals. We could keep it like. We could just put all lowercase if I wanted, but. Screw that. We already got it in capitals. Alright, now remember, you're on that image. I want to nudge it up a little bit. To nudge it up, you got to make sure that you click it. Like I said in the beginning, when you have to see how it has a point of the cursor with a finger, now it doesn't. That means you're on your what you want to be on, your text. If you're not, you're going to be on this, and you start pulling this all over. Again, Control Z. We've seen that in action this episode quite a few times. So, and that's pretty much it. That's how I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it just like this, and it'll just throw it onto my YouTube page, and when I come back, I'll give you the end of it and show you what it looks like on the YouTube page. I know it's kind of simple, but that's all I'm really doing, some simple just layering and basics. Keep it like this. I'm going to match the theme of the page to those colors anyway, so that's why I keep it simple, and then I'll match everything else to it, and then little by little I'll build it more. Maybe I'll just keep this as a series, and we'll just keep building onto this banner, and then every time I upload it, you get to see it when you go to pay. Like, oh shit, look, it's... Alright, so give me 2 seconds, let me upload it, and I'll be right back. Alright, so now, when you get ready to save this, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to export as, see how I would export it as Afterthoughts JPEG. You want to export as, I'm going to put it just, it's going to override itself. Don't matter. Yes, I would like to replace it. A box is going to come up when you do JPEG. You have to pull it to 100. This comes at like 90. Make sure you pull it all the way to the right. For some reason, PNGs don't work because they're too big sometimes. So, here you go. Export. Just like this. Boom. You could even show the preview in an image window if you want to see what it looks like. How it's going to export. But, yeah. Don't feel like doing that. So, we're just going to export it. It's going to go out. Boom. Done. Now you can put it on your YouTube. You can see it right there. The Afterthoughts, boom, it's up on the YouTube. If you don't know how to do it in here, all you gotta do is click in here, edit channel art. Inside there, you should be able to find your channel art that you made in whatever folder you stored it in. When you find it, throw it onto the YouTube thing. You could go and crop it if you wish. If you crop it in further, it'll probably be bigger, depending, you know, smaller, whatever. That's up to you, how you want it on a page. But, see, when you crop it like that, it kind of makes the all looks the same now. The borders aren't different now. Yep, and that's it. that's pretty much it for the first little part of this. I'll eventually fix this up and then change this up. I'll probably add something different to this and then upload it again. But like I said, if you have any questions, comments on Gimp 2.0, feel free to leave them below. I will help you as much as I possibly can. And if you want to see tutorials, you just tell me what kind of tutorial you want to see. Like, yo, I want to know how to do this, and I'll do that if I know how to do it. Alrighty, peace. It was nice seeing you. Hit that subscribe button for more content like this. This channel is going to be like informative, plus a little bit of extra music and stuff like that. But it's going to be more informative stuff, a little bit showing you how the other channels get built and edited in and behind the scenes. So if you like this kind of content, click that button. Help me out, help yourself out, I'll help you out. Have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Like I said, I will do tutorials. I will take requests at this point, just so I can get some content going up, because I don't know what direction anybody wants to do. Like, I don't know if people want to do images, or some people might want to learn how to, I don't know, crop things, or, you know, certain things like that. So, whoever drops questions, I guess I'll do it that way. First come, first serve. Boom. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Later.